Good morning, students. How are you all? Okay. So we are discussing the lesson electricity in physics. No. So this is the last session. This lesson. Okay. In the last two sessions we have learned much more content in this lesson, and in the previous session we have discussed about the resistivity and system of resistors. Okay. First we will recall the content what we have learned in the previous class, and then we will move into the today's session. Okay. So tell me what we have learned in the previous class. Yes. In the previous class we discussed about the resistivity and system of resistors. So what is resistivity and what are the factors which are depending for the conductance of resistance? Yes, that is length and thickness. Okay. They have experimentally proved this resistivity, isn't it? Yes. So first they take one electric circuit. First what they did? First they take one nichrome wire, one cell, a plug key, an ammeter and voltmeter. Okay. The first step what they did is first they just using the nichrome wire, they just measured the amount of electric current with the help of ammeter. Yes. The next step what they did is they just doubled the length of the nichrome wire, but they didn't change the thickness of the wire. They just changed the length of the wire. Okay, if the previous length is 5 meters, in the next step they took 10 centimeter. Okay, so again they measured the amount of electric current with the help of ammeter. Okay, the next what they did is again they changed something in the wire. Okay, so what is the change means? They took the same length of the nichrome wire, but now what they did? They just took the wire in the thickness. Okay, they changed the thickness of the wire here. In the third step, they took high thicker. Okay, high thickness of the wire, and again they measured the amount of electric current with the help of ammeter. Okay, in the last step they changed the wire. Okay, instead of using nichrome wire, in the last step they took the copper wire. Okay, and again they measured the amount of electric current with the help of ammeter. Okay, so now we have 4 readings in our hand, isn't it? Yes. First reading is by using nichrome wire, normal thickness and the normal length of the nichrome wire. And the second step, same thickness, but I just doubled the length. Okay. And the third step is same length, but I increased the thickness of the wire. Okay. But in the fourth case, I totally changed the nature of the wire. Here I took the copper wire. Okay, so I have totally 4 readings in my hand. So the 4 readings, it concludes that the amount of electric current it is directly proportional to the length of the wire, and it is inversely proportional to the thickness of the wire. Okay, so this is about resistivity. That means if the length of the wire will increase means the resistivity also increase. If it will decrease means the resistivity will also decrease. Okay, that is resistivity. And the next one is system of resistors. So based on the arrangement of resistors, it is classified into 2 types, that is resistors in series and resistors in parallel, isn't it? Yes. So first one is resistors in series. So what is resistor in series? So it is nothing but I just placed the resistance and next to the one resistance. That is I just placing the resistance nearby the one resistance. Okay, that is resistors in series, and based on that they have given one derivation. We have seen that too. And the next one is parallel resistors. parallel resistance. Okay, this is about we have learned in our previous class. Today we are going to learn about heating effect of electric current and then electric power. So tell me, what is mean by heating effect? That if I just switch on the if I just on the switch means what will happen? The electron from this the electrons from the conductor or the wire, it moves. Okay, it moves freely, and then the device will work. Okay, for example, if I just on the bulb, okay, what will happen? The bulb will glow, and after sometimes I just switch off the bulb, and now what do you feel? The bulb will not glow, and if you just touch the bulb, surface of the bulb means what do you feel? You just feel the hotness of the bulb, no? Then how it will happen? It is called heating effect of electric current. We just feel the hotness of the bulb, no? That is heating effect of electric current. Okay, and how it will happen, ma? How the heatness we can feel, and how it will happen? Just electrons only move through the conductor, and the bulb will glow or the fan will rotate. Then how we can feel the hotness on the surface of the bulb or the surface of the fan? Okay, see, the electrons move freely through the conductor. Okay, so the conductors conduct the electrons, and the fan will rotate, and the rest of the electrons, no, which are not useful for the rotation of the fan or blowing of the bulb, no, that rest of the electrons are converted into heat energy. Clear, children? That is called heating effect of electric current. So if any electric device will work, or which is in work, and if any electric appliances, for example fan, light, whatever, television, if it is in on, it will work. And if you just switch off the electric device means, if you go and touch the surface of the electric surface, if you just feel the hotness of the device. It is because the electrons move freely through the conductor, and the electrons is responsible for the working of the electric device, and the rest of the electrons which also moves through the conductor, no, it will converted into the heat energy. Okay, so the rest of the electrons only reason for the causes of heat. Okay, and the rest of this electron convert into heat energy. This is called the heating effect of electric current. See, when an electric current passes through a conductor, the conductor becomes hot after some time and produces heat. This is called heating effect of electric current. I repeat once again. When an electric current passes through a conductor, okay, so the electric current means the charge. So the charge passes through a conductor. See, the conductor may be high resistive or less resistivity wire. Okay, so the electric current passes through a wire. The conductor becomes hot. So the wire or the device, whatever, it may be hot after. Okay, it may be hot after some times and becomes heat. Okay, so and what will happen? And after some times it will produce some heat, and this is called heating effect of electric current. Okay, for example, if I just switch on the bulb, okay, the bulb will glow, and after some times I just off the switch, and what will happen? The bulb will very hot, because the rest of the electrons are converted into heat energy. Okay, that is called heating effect of electric current. Okay, children. So next we will discuss about the Joule's law of heating. Let's discuss about the Joule's law of heating. Okay, first consider I be the current flowing through the conductor, and V be the potential difference, and Q be the charge flowing in the conductor, and then T is the time taken. Okay, let's derive the law. First, according to Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? Yes, we know that Ohm's law is the relationship between the conductor. Okay, so I is equal to Q by T. So we know I is current and Q is charge and T is time taken. Okay, so the formula for current is electric current is I equal to Q by T. Here children, I just modified the formulas, that is Q is equal to I into T. So here charge is equal to current into time taken. Okay. So first I took Ohm's law and current. Okay. So potential difference in the ratio of work done and charge of Coulomb. And we also know the formula for potential difference. No. So what is the formula for potential difference? Yes, that is V is equal to W by Q. So what is potential difference? That is the amount of work that is required to move the unit positive charge from one point to the another point against the electric force. No. Okay. That is it is represented by the letter V. Okay. So potential difference is amount of work done is required to move the unit positive charge. V is equal to W by Q. And here also just modified the formula, that is work done is equal to potential difference into charge. Okay. Now what we have to do is substitute Ohm's law and current in potential difference. Okay. So what is so it is W is equal to V into Q, and we know the formula for V, that is what is Ohm's law, IR. So I substitute here I into R. Okay, and what is Q? Yes, that is I into T. Okay, so I just substitute Ohm's law and the definition for current in potential difference. Okay, that is W is equal to I into R into I into T. Okay, now see I into I square and R into T, RT. Okay, so work done is equal to I square RT. And we know energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, isn't it? Yes. If we do any energy means heat will see in the I told that the electrons will move through the electrons move in a conductor. The electrons move through a conductor and the rest of the electrons is converted into energy. Okay, let's read the question. 100 joule of heat are produced each second in a 4 ohm resistance. Find the potential difference across the resistor. Okay, what is the question? See, in a resistance, 100 joule of heat is liberated each second in a 4 ohm resistance. So you have to find the potential difference. Okay, so what you have to find? You have to find the potential difference across the resistors. Okay, let's solve the problem. Okay, before we solve the problem, we must write the given, which is given in the question. Okay, so 100 joule of heat. So we know the value of H. H is equal to 100 joule. And each second, so it is time. So time is 1 second. And 4 ohm resistance, that is R is equal to 4 ohm. And you have to find the potential difference V. Okay, let's solve the problem. So we know the formula for joules law. So we know the formula for heat. So what is the formula for heat? Yes, that is H is equal to I square RT. Here children, we know the value of H and we know the value of R and we know the value of T. But we don't know the value of I, no. So first we should find the value of I. Okay. I just replace I into that side. If we go this side means what will happen? So square root of H by R into T. Clear children? Let's substitute the given values. So what is H? 100. And what is R? 4. And what is T? Yes, that is 1 second. Next step. You have to multiply 4 into 1. 100 divided by 4. So I is equal to square root of, see, if we substitute 100 by 4 means what is the answer? See, 2 times and it is 50. And again if I cancel this means the value is 25. So I is equal to square root of 25. So what is the square root of 25? Very good. That is 5. So I is equal to 5 ampere. So we find the current. But what is the real question? You have to find the potential difference across the resistor. No. So what is the formula for potential difference? Yes. That is V is equal to I into R. So now we know the value of I and R. So what is the value of I? Yes, that is 5. And what is the value of resistance? See, that is 4 ohm. So potential difference is equal to 5 ohm are 20. Okay. Clear children? Okay. Based on this, you have some more problems in your book. Let's solve try the problems. Okay. Try to solve all the problems in your textbook. Next we will move into another topic.
So next we will discuss about the applications of heating effect. Okay. So the first application is electric heating device. See the heating effect of the electric current, it is used in many home appliances such as electric iron, toaster, oven, and electric heater, geyser. So we are in home we are using so many electric heating devices. Okay, so in these appliances, nichrome. Okay, nichrome is which is an alloy of nickel and chromium, and it is used for heating element. Okay, why it is used means it has high resistivity and it has a high melting point and it is not easily oxidized. Okay, for this reason only we are using electric heating device, nichrome, we are using in the devices. Okay, so the next application is fuse wire. So what is fuse wire? See, look at the image. This is the fuse wire. It is connected in series in an electric circuit. See, when a large current passes through the circuit, the fuse wire, no, it melts due to the effect of Joule's heating. Okay, and the circuit gets disconnected. Clear? Listen, children. So if large current passes through the circuit, the fuse wire melt and the Joule's heating effect, okay, due to the Joule's heating effect, and the circuit get disconnected. So the circuit and the electric appliances are so the fuse wire saves the circuit and the electric appliances from any damage. Okay, so it is made up of a material and it has a low melting point. Okay, so this is about fuse wire. So a fuse wire plays a major role for saving our home appliances and a circuit from any damage. Okay, and it is made up of one material, and this material possesses a very low melting point. Okay, and if a large amount of current pass through the circuit, a fuse wire will get melted, and so it is due to the Joule's law of heating, and then the circuit will disconnect it. Okay, so this is about a fuse wire. So the next application is filament in bulb. See, you all very familiar with this. So I think you all seen the bulb, no? So in the middle, one part, no, that is filament. Okay, so in electric bulbs, a small wire, okay, a small wire is used, and this small wire is known as filament, and the filament is made up of material, and this material has a very high melting point. Okay, so when a current pass through this wire, the heat is produced in the filament. When the filament is heated, it glows and gives out light. So here we are using tungsten is the commonly used filament to make the filaments in bulb. Okay, so tungsten is the material which are commonly used to make filaments in the bulb. So this is about filament in bulb. So what is filament? So it is a small wire which is used in electric bulbs. So it is made up of one material, and this material has a very high melting point. So when a current passes through the wire, a heat is produced in the filament, and the filament will get heated, and then the bulb will glow and gives out light. And the commonly used material is tungsten, and for making the filament in bulb. So these are the three appliances. What are the three appliances? Electric heating device, fuse wire, and filament in bulb. These are the three applications for heating effect. Okay.
Okay, so the last topic in this lesson is electric power. So what is electric power? See, in general, power is doing any work. Okay, that is for doing any work we need power, that is power. But what is electric power? See, it is defined as the rate of consumption of electrical energy. So, how much energy is consumed in a period of time, that is electric power. So rate of consumption of electrical energy is defined as electric power. Okay, and any electric power is converted into the another form of energy. Okay, and the unit of the formula for electric power is, so P is equal to VI, that is power is equal to potential difference into electric current. So power is defined as how much current is consumed in a period of time, that is electric power, and the SI unit of electric power is watt, and we represented in the letter W, and 1 watt, if I want 1 watt watt. So 1 volt into 1 ampere is 1 watt. Okay, and 1 watt is equal to 1 potential difference into 1 current. Okay, that is 1 watt. And see, this watt is a very small unit. Okay, so we use a kilowatt to represent the power. Okay, so 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. Clear, children? Okay. See, if I want to, if what is 1 kilowatt hour? See, 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. So, in a second, in 1 second, in 1 hour, how many seconds is this? That is 3600 second is 1 hour. So, if I multiply 1000 watt into 3600 second means I will get 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 watt second. That is 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Okay. So, this is about electric power. See, children, so from in this topic we come. This chapter is over. Just go through the video and do your classwork properly and send it to the WhatsApp group. In next class we will continue. We will start the new lesson. Okay. So I hope you all understood the topic very well. Thank you.